Hello, welcome to Math Magical. Today we're looking at using collected data to find probabilities. You'll remember in an earlier lesson we learned about what is a probability. So we're going to review that real quick, but if you're struggling with probabilities, make sure you go back and check out some of my other videos on probabilities. So, what is a probability? It's just the measure of how likely something is to happen. If you get a probability of 0, that means it's impossible. It's not going to happen at all. A probability of 1 means it's guaranteed. It's definitely going to happen. And any number between 0 and 1, also known as like a fraction or a decimal point, is the probability that something is going to happen. So we're always looking for that range for a probability to be bigger than 0, but less than 1. So how do you calculate the probability from collected data? First, you find the total of the desired outcomes and divide it by the total number of possible outcomes. In this scenario, JT ordered a mixed bag of blocks. He wanted to see what types of colors were in the bag, so he drew out 25 blocks. The colors he drew were in the list below. The question is, what is the probability that he will draw blue? Well, first we need to count how many blues are there. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we see there are 6 blues, and we know from the question that he drew a total of 25 blocks out. So the probability of drawing blue based on this sample is 6 out of 25. If he were to draw another 25 blocks out and get a bigger sample, we might see that probability change. This is just based on his sampling of 25 blocks. The more you draw, the better your sampling is going to be. So now it asks, well, so if we look, we went ahead and created a table to organize our data. So if we look at green, he drew out 7 green, 6 blues, 4 blacks, 2 yellows, 5 oranges, and 1 red. So the question asks, what color is JT most likely to draw? If we look at our chart, we see that 7 is our largest number, so that goes with green. So he's most likely to draw green. And he's least likely to draw red because in his sample, he only drew 1 red out. If we go ahead, we can find the probability of that. The probability of green is 7 out of 25. The probability of red is 1 out of 25. So JT goes back, he looks at his receipt, and he finds that he ordered 500 total mixed blocks. Based on the sample above, estimate how many blocks will be orange. So if we look, we can see over here, we ordered 5, or he drew out 5 orange blocks when he did his sample of 25. So the probability of him of orange is 5 over 25. That does reduce down to 1/5. We know he ordered a total of 500 blocks. So if we do 500, the total he ordered, times the probability of drawing orange 1/5, that means there's approximately 100 orange blocks in the bag. You could also convert 1/5 into the decimal 0.2 and do 500 times 0.2. You're still going to arrive at that approximately 100 blocks. We say approximately because 25 is just a sample of the 500. If we were to count all of these 500, it may not be exactly 100 just based on that sample size. We estimate it's going to be about 100 orange blocks. Again, it may not be because 25 is a pretty small sample out of 500. JT looks at his receipt. He has 500, and now he's wondering how many more blocks will be green than black. So we know our probability of drawing green is 7 out of 25. If we take that 500 total times our probability of 7 over 25, we get 140 green blocks. Now, if you're wondering, or you're just not a big fan of fractions, that's okay. When I see this type of math sentence, what I actually do is the 500 times 7, and then I divide by 25. That works out really nicely when we look at our black, because we're going to do 500 times 4, Well, 5 times 4 is 20. Add two zeros, 2,000. 2,000 divided by 25 is 80. So 80 black blocks approximately. Again, these are both estimates or approximates. So 140 minus 80 equals 60. So there's approximately 60 more green blocks than black blocks if we were to figure out the total number of blocks in our sample. So discover the secrets, unlock the magic, and let math take you on an adventure. Make sure to check out my other videos and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have a question you want me to make a lesson on a topic you're struggling with, let me know in the comments, and as soon as I can, I'll try to make a video for you. Have a great day and keep life math magical.